Venus Williams is known for being one of the best tennis players the world has ever seen. Whether she's playing singles or doubles with her sister Serena, we love watching her decimate her opponents. We know so much about her path to becoming an Olympic gold medalist and Wimbledon champ, but when it comes to her private life, Venus is extremely tight-lipped. Nonetheless, we were able to find some interesting details about her past romances. Before we get started, don't forget to grab something to eat at rrgsnacks.com, our online concession stand that has an assortment of delicious treats like strawberry cheesecake popcorn, whiskey beef jerky, and bacon jerky. Okay, now let's jump into today's video. As Venus continued making her ascent to the top of the tennis world, she was in need of extra security to protect her from overzealous fans. In 1999, while competing in the Tier 1 Italian Open in Rome, a man named Davide Tomosoni was hired to be her bodyguard. Not only did 18-year-old Venus win the tournament, but she and 22-year-old Davide fell in love. Sources report Davide was Venus's first real boyfriend, and many people close to the tennis star were surprised she was making time for a relationship. Sources claimed Venus's dad, Richard Williams, prohibited her and Serena from forming friendships outside of tennis because it would be too much of a distraction. In fact, Richard had planned out everything pertaining to Venus's career and love life. In an interview, he said she should retire from tennis around the age of 25 or so, go to college, and then give him a grandchild when she turns 35. As a Jehovah's Witness, she always prided herself on walking the straight and narrow path. She told Oprah Winfrey that no matter what she does in life, she wants to set a good example for her family and her religion. She said, "You do your personal best, and God reads the heart." Part of her religious beliefs shaped the way she approached relationships, and Venus had reportedly promised her dad she wouldn't date anyone seriously until she met the man she knew she wanted to marry. So, of course, everyone thought Venus and Davide were serious about each other. After 2 years of dating, Venus told reporters the only man in her life was her dog, Bobby. But that wasn't entirely true. Her relationship with Davide was still going strong. He continued working as a bodyguard part-time, all while finishing up his degree at the University of Florence. He and Venus continued making time for each other by scheduling frequent visits. She even flew to Italy to meet his family and reportedly stayed with him at his parents' apartment. Davide graduated from college and began working as a clothing company executive. When asked by a reporter to elaborate on his relationship with Venus, he simply called her his special friend. Sometime around 2002, after 3 years of dating, things fizzled out, but they remained good friends for many years. After their breakup, she told The Guardian she wasn't looking for a relationship and was focused on her tennis career. She added, "I wouldn't say I was especially desperate to get that ring on my finger. When I'm 40, maybe, and it still hasn't happened, perhaps I'll be wondering what's going on, but I'm okay for now." With a hectic training and competition schedule, it's no surprise we didn't hear much about Venus's dating life for many years. But finally, in 2007, 26-year-old Venus was done with being secretive and was ready to introduce the world to her new boyfriend, 31-year-old professional golfer Hank Keeney. During a July 2007 interview with Hello Magazine, Venus said she and the father of one had been dating for 6 months. She invited him to watch her play at Wimbledon and the US Open, and she said he was very supportive of her and her career. Even Venus's dad thought her new boyfriend was a catch. Richard told Hello Magazine, and he's a major league guy too, so he knows about sports. It's great to have him on board. Online sources state they even got engaged, but sadly, things didn't work out. By the spring of 2010, their relationship was reportedly over, and Hank married someone else the following year. She was back on the market, but not for long. In September 2012, Venus had a new man on her arm, a Cuban model named Elio Piez. Some sources reported Elio was 24, while other outlets stated he was 29 at the time he began dating 32-year-old Venus. Either way, he was part of Venus's new cheering squad and was in attendance at several of her matches. She also got him involved in her new clothing line by featuring him in the brand's promotional photos. In an interview with an Italian magazine, Venus explained that she couldn't keep her hands off her new boo. But this was yet another relationship that didn't end with a happily ever after. In 2017, it appeared that Venus had finally found the one. His name was Nicky Hammond, and he was an heir to the TV Guide publishing fortune. Some people had an issue with the age difference, since Venus was 37 and Nicky was 24 at the time, but the haters didn't stop them from falling for each other. Nicky wooed Venus from the start and even invited her to his family's $20 million estate in the Hamptons, and she invited him to be her +1 at Serena's 2017 wedding. In August 2018, it was reported that Nicky had put a ring on it, but it wasn't an engagement ring. An insider told Page Six Nicky presented Venus with a friendship ring. When Page Six reached out to him for an explanation, Nicky simply stated, "We have a firm commitment to one another to keep our relationship private." 10 months later, it was all over. A source told Page Six that after 2 years together, their romantic relationship was over, but they were still friends. The source added that Venus, who was 39 at the time of the breakup, was looking to get married and start a family, but 27-year-old Nicky wasn't ready to take that next step. At the start of 2021, people began to notice that 40-year-old Venus was spending a lot of time with fellow tennis player, 23-year-old Riley Opelka. They were spotted practicing together in West Palm Beach, Florida, and were photographed together in several pictures that were posted on social media. Instagram followers even noticed Venus leaving flirty comments underneath some of his Instagram posts. During a Q&A session on Instagram, a curious follower asked if they were an item, and Venus replied that Riley had rejected her. Whether she was serious or just playing around, we may never know for sure. During a September 2021 chat with Cosmopolitan magazine, Venus said she was in love with the freedom that her life allows, and she doesn't feel influenced by societal pressures to settle down and start a family. Venus is smart, beautiful, driven, and successful, and any man would be lucky to be in her presence. We wish her nothing but the best in her career, her business endeavors, and everything else life has in store for her. If you enjoyed this video, let us know down below, and thanks for watching RRG.